Hey guys, it's Wendy. Happy New Year. I hope your new year is off to an amazing start. It is that time of year when we all like to sit down and review what we created last year, some things we were really excited about creating and some things, not so much. I know that I personally had some things that I would prefer not to repeat. And so that really brings me to what I wanted to share with you today, which is a Galactic Light Code and a language of light activation, as well as a channeling from the ninth Dimensional Pleiadian Collective on new beginnings. If you are new to Galactic Light Codes or even the language of light, you might be wondering, what in the world is that? Well, Galactic Light Codes are symbols that represent the language of light, which is a universal language understood by all life, and it's comprised of light, sound, sacred geometry, and cosmic information. Now, what the language of light and the codes do, they bypass the traditional language centers of the brain and they speak directly to you, the divine being of light, having this physical experience. You recognize this language. It is Source's language. There are different dialects of it, which is why you might have heard someone else speak the language of light and you say, okay, I thought that's what it sounded like, and then somebody else speaks it and it's completely different. It's because there are different dialects. And it would be like someone speaking English from Ireland or Australia or from New York. The dialects are different, but we get the gist. We understand the language. Now, what it helps you to do is to actually shift your resonance. It's like being shown your divine blueprint again, and you say, oh, these frequencies, I've forgotten about them. It was really hard to access them here. I didn't see that template anywhere. I didn't have a living example of what that frequency was like. And so it can be really hard to feel what that's like in your body and to shift that resonance. Think about it this way. If someone asks you to sing the note of C, most of us, we can't do it. It's hard. We don't have perfect pitch. But if someone plays the piano, we say, oh, that note, okay, not a problem, I got it. And that's what the language of light is helping you to do. It's helping you to shift your resonance. So without further ado, here is the ninth Dimensional Pleiadian Collective. Yes, hello dears. This is the ninth Dimensional Pleiadian Collective, and it is a pleasure and an honor to have the opportunity to connect with you. So we are very excited to talk to you about new beginnings. This is the topic for this month's Galactic Light Code. And really every moment of your life is an opportunity to begin anew. And too often you all get locked into your old stories of how you think the world is, how you are to interact with it, what others are going to think of you, how others are going to behave, and even the things you think you are capable of. You've got all of these stories that you tell yourselves, and really every moment you have the opportunity to let go of that story and choose a new one. So instead of thinking that you are not capable of achieving something, in the next moment you can shift that belief system to reinforce the idea that it is possible, that you are capable, and letting go of how you think things might turn out. So you might say, well, it's not possible because of X, Y, and Z. Letting go of the preconceived notions of how something is going to turn out will liberate you. And that's what being present is all about. That's what being in the moment is all about. It's not being attached to an outcome. It's about you just being very present in the moment and going with the flow. The next moment is about course correction if it's required, or maintenance of frequency. So you always have this opportunity in every single moment to begin anew. Now, sometimes that gets very difficult when you have struggled with an issue for a very long time. This particular time that you're going through, this phase that you're going through, it's all about letting go. So many of you are feeling particularly challenged at the moment. Your darkest shadows are coming up to the light, which means those areas of your life that are the most challenging are the ones that you're being faced with, all of you. And if you have had a repeated experience, say relationships tend to turn out always the same way, or you've had some sort of extended physical ailment, it's difficult, we understand, for all of you to let go of the idea of, oh, relationships are always this way, or oh, I'm always sick, I have this ailment or that ailment, it's never going to change. And we invite you during this period to simply let it go, to choose a new version of reality. And at the beginning, it is going to require you to surrender to those ideas, and it's going to require extra energy to kind of reset yourselves, because those old subconscious programs are going to come up. And this is just how it goes for you all. And if they come up, don't beat yourself up saying, why am I still thinking this way? Simply acknowledge the fact that you're aware of how you're thinking or how you're feeling, and that in and of itself is a step forward. Because if you don't have an awareness of where you're vibrating, it's very difficult to make those course corrections. So if you do find that you've fallen back into that old energy pattern, just acknowledge it and then set a new intention. Again, every moment is an opportunity for that new intention. So if you are someone who feels like you're always ill, or you've got this condition, you've put yourself in some sort of limiting situation, see how it feels in your body just to imagine yourself free from that story. How would it feel in my body right now if I didn't have this belief, or I didn't have that belief, or I didn't have this physical condition, or I wasn't stuck in this emotional rut? What if I chose a new emotion? How would that feel? So you don't have to say you are that thing. You can allow yourself to just simply imagine what it would feel like to be whatever it is that you'd like to experience, and that will put you in resonance with it. And then it's about maintenance of frequency from there. Now, also what we want to talk about here is the energy that you're moving into in this sector of space. It's a big period for you all, and there are some big influxes and waves of energy that you're riding as a planet and as individuals. This is photonic energy. It's light, and it's densely packed in this sector of space that your planet is moving through at this time. We invite you at this time to really start dreaming, to use this energy, because it's actually much easier to process through stuff. Even though it can feel more challenging because the stuff is coming up, there's also this extra energy that's going to help lift you up and out of it so that you don't have to linger there. If this energy wasn't present and the issues were coming up, it would feel much more challenging for you to kind of shift to this new higher frequency, but you've got a lot of support right now, so utilize it. This is the time to pull out the tools that you have, including the Galactic Light Code, that will help you to move beyond these limiting thoughts, these old patterns that you might be running. So use your tools right now. Whether that's putting on a piece of music, whether that is writing lists for yourself, writing just stream of consciousness, whether that is sitting down and working with a variety of galactic light codes, whether that's working with a tuning fork or essential oils or other healers, or working with your breath. There are many, 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 many ways that you can find that will help to support shifting out of those old belief systems. So we highly recommend that you use them right now. And as you are moving into new beginnings, you've also got to dream a bit. You've got to expand your way of thinking, because too often you go back to that limited box to say, oh, this is what's possible, so my dream, I'm going to keep it small. If you're not dreaming big enough, it's not going to feel challenging. So if you think about what you're dreaming and you're not a little nervous about it in a good way, then you're probably not dreaming big enough. And we really want to encourage you to dream bigger, because as we said, you've got all this extra energy in this sector of space that you're moving through, and that energy can really assist you in moving forward in a more expeditious way. Now more than ever on your planet, you will find that whatever you're focusing on, either positive or negative, you're seeing it reflected back faster and faster. So if it's going to manifest one way or another, we would say try to put your focus on the positive. Focus on the things that you're enjoying. Focus on the things that you'd like to create more of, as opposed to where things don't seem to be going right. If something's not going right, then reset yourself, all right? If that darker stuff comes up, that heavy feeling, that emotion, just acknowledge it.
Say, this is how it feels. And then make the new selection. Begin anew. It's a new moment. It's a new beginning. You don't have to go through all of these trials and tribulations. Every moment is an opportunity to begin anew. We cannot overemphasize this. If you can hear us when we say this, you know that it doesn't matter how miserably you failed in the past. The next moment can be different. All right, forgive yourself. Let yourself off the hook. I forgive myself and all others for all perceived wrongdoings, known and unknown to me. This is also a great time to go through the process of forgiveness, and whether that's you just sitting and imagining forgiving others, forgiving yourself, loving yourself, or whether it's you doing a practice like Ho'oponopono. All of those things are great, because in order to really step fully into these new beginnings, you've got to release the past. And forgiveness is the ultimate in releasing the past. You let yourself off the hook. Yes, 2 weeks ago, this was my perception, and I did this thing, and I didn't act from my highest level of consciousness, but that's all right. I did the best I could, and now I'm going to do better. I'm going to choose to be more conscious. So forgive yourself and forgive other people, because also understand that many of you are really having a very, very, very difficult time. We're not talking a kind of challenging time. We're talking very difficult time. People aren't necessarily wearing that externally. In other words, you might not notice it, but they may be really challenged internally. So have greater compassion for others, what they're going through, because as you well know, you're challenged right now, and so is everyone else. Some, as we said, more than others, even though they're not displaying it, because they don't understand and they don't have the tools that you have to process through. So hold that space of compassion for yourself as well as for others. And what you'll find is that you're going to establish a greater sense of connection with yourself and with community. That also means that you are more open and available to allow more source energy to run through you. That's going to allow you to feel a bit more uplifted, more supported, more loved, cherished, honored, all those positive things, because when you open to your connection to source energy, you open to unconditional love. So if you can just keep that in mind, that will help you along the way as we go through this period. You're going to have plenty of opportunities to kind of keep resetting and bringing in that new perspective in every given moment. So, life is about exploration. Keep exploring. Don't get stuck in your old rut. It's very easy for you all to do that you think, oh, this is comfortable, but after a while you start to become bored, and when that happens, you've got to dream again. You've got to open yourself up to new beginnings. So challenge yourselves a bit. All right? You have a tremendous amount of love and support from the other side. We are around. We hear you. We honor you. We always answer you, whether you're listening or not. And you can call on us directly, as always. You don't need Wendy. So until then, we'll be watching and waiting and sending many, many well wishes.
As you gaze at the code, imagine what it would feel like to be or to experience the following. I embrace every now moment as a new experience. In this now moment, and in every moment, I begin anew. I release any and all preconceived notions I may carry about myself, the world, and those around me. I allow these ideas and notions to dissolve, and I simply experience the fullness of the moment. With each breath, I explore new frequencies of reality. My perceptions of the current moment are enriched and altered by the previous moment's experience. It is safe to experience new beginnings. While I may not know exactly where my path leads, I trust in myself and my ability to adapt. I forgive myself for all the times I judged myself as not enough. In this moment, I release my limited ideas and once again align with the knowingness that I am a divine being of infinite light. As I shift my frequency, I shift my reality to begin a new exploration of life. It is safe to try new things. I give myself permission to step out of my comfort zone and explore the unknown. I am free to change my mind and begin again in a new direction in any given moment. I trust my intuition. If I find a frequency is no longer desirable, my intuition guides me in another direction. All experiences are valuable. I learn and grow from every moment. Knowing this, I liberate myself from the notion of failure, allowing life to be an adventure of exploration and new beginnings. And so it is. Hanna anna no na me muna amene bere mbua nda ta kutu ora amene eta takata nda hata kutu ora bere tu bere nda takata hasa shokoto nda da ruere bene na hiulu lore ne bere inte kutu tu bere nda takata bere katai nda ala bere wara bere shkata anta kata wala roinda rebene ne lua ingata antu kata hisa shukto ara bere shkatai. Take a nice deep breath. Istukata
Hisashukut apre in takata ara in the hala arona ana no kuto i takata aloere. Hisashukut otha alwara mahala alane luana meme ue uena ala alu bebe elele beinda. Hasashukut ora ara bede medabana nani inna noe meme hikta ambete inkta atakata iwa. Hasashukut on the ora arahala no noe mene shukte. Hisana hanakato o bede in that to eberaparai. Hasashukut anda tete indai. Hisa shukut ora arae indoa we mami nua nana hei kitai I lili I kita. Hasa sho otha ora rena he nako. Hi kita oro kokoe I me he kita. Hisa sho ondo sha e.
So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, share it. It might help someone else who's going through a challenging time at the moment. And if you want to continue working with the Galactic Light Code, I would suggest that you work with it 3 times a day for 3 days in a row. That's how we really get that energy building, and it helps us to align with those frequencies. The more often you work with it, the easier it is to then recognize the frequency as you embody it, or even when you're not in it, you say, oh, I'm missing that frequency. I want to be back in it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope your new year is filled with an abundance of joy, love, happiness, and health. Have an amazing new year, and I'll be in touch soon.
If you enjoyed working with this Galactic Light Code and Language of Light activation, be sure to check out Galactic Light Code Monthly. You'll find more information over on our website at higherfrequencies.net.